I'm going to give you the good, the bad and the ugly regarding our Tesla Model 3 after 5 years of ownership. I want to share our lived experience, give you a damage report into its wear and tear, show the unique features that I now take for granted but wouldn't want to live without. Plus, I uncover a game-changing hack for sleeping in your Model 3. Welcome to Tesla Jigsaw. I've got to start here though with the biggest benefit to owning any Tesla. Like Apple's near flawless user interface and ecosystem of products and devices, Tesla also captures and damn near holds hostage its customers by providing such unique, intuitive, life-improving software features. It's the little things like not needing a key to unlock your car as it recognises your phone when walking up to it, or having Sentry mode that essentially gives our home CCTV as well as when we leave it parked elsewhere. Plus the navigation, which very accurately estimates battery remaining on arrival, which takes into account things like the wind, weather, temperature and even inclines. And of course plots in any charge points along the route should you need them. It's all just so easy. The driver profile settings that recall seat, mirrors and steering wheel position, as well as driving dynamics, has been a game changer for my wife and I, as we are a one-car family and forever getting in and out of the driver's seat. It's all these little details that quite frankly make even considering another car brand in the future just an insanely dumb decision. Nothing comes close. Plus, if you have a fluffy friend, who wouldn't want this? Teslas, of course, come with dog mode, which is a feature where you can put your pet in the car and it keeps the cabin at a nice set temperature and puts a little screen picture of a dog up on the screen so everyone knows that your dog's fine. If you happen to have one of these little fellas, that is, hello little fella, hello. But of course I haven't got a dog, I've got children and sometimes we do this. Alright kids, I'm just going to pop to the shops. Do you want to pop your dog outfit on? Great stuff. See you in a mo. So what condition is it in after 5 years of having children in it, working in it, sleeping in it, it being our bandwagon, occasionally displaying it at EV events, road tripping and holidaying in it, and of course demoing it to friends and family whenever I get the chance. Admittedly, I've taken very good care of it, but as we approach 50,000 miles, there's just the odd stone chip up front, a bit of wheel damage. These rubber window seals started sprouting some greenery recently, but I managed to clean it out pretty easily. Probably something to do with all those car washes I've been through, but don't tell the militant Tesla fans. Apparently I should be giving it a hand job. Internally there's a few scuff marks, but nothing serious. A few signs of bumps and scrapes from our band equipment getting it in and out of the boot, but that's all I've got to show you. Oh, the piano black gloss trim, which might as well have been made out of ancient scriptures. It's that delicate and precious in avoiding damage. Thankfully this was upgraded on later models, or you can cover them with aftermarket stickers. I'm not entirely sure why I haven't, to be honest. But I did buy aftermarket chrome pedal covers because I like shiny things, and was kindly given a wireless phone charging pad. With a good clean though, this car practically looks brand new. What about the battery condition then? Mine's a 2019 Standard Range Plus model, which has no heat pump, so winter range is affected more than newer models, but I'd say 200 plus miles in the summer, 170 in winter. My range takes a bit of a hit because I went for these less aerodynamic alloy wheels rather than these aero-efficient covers. I'm a sucker for nice wheels too, what can I say? Battery degradation is perhaps somewhere between 5 and 10%, but that's not likely to increase much more now for the next 150,000 miles, as this chart shows. Tesla batteries are designed to outlive the car. You don't hear that much on mainstream media, do you? And yes, the battery pack will be recovered and recycled once the time comes, as mandated by law, and the obvious financial incentive to recover the valuable materials within and turn them into new batteries, which will become cheaper than mining for new materials. See Redwood Materials for more info on that. If I was unfortunate enough to have a battery pack failure, I still have another 3-year warranty left on the drivetrain and batteries, as it comes with a 100-mile or 8-year warranty. Over the years, the technology of batteries has improved so much we're seeing charts like this now, with failure rates of all EV brands reaching just 0.1% of vehicles. Given the steady decline up to 2023, perhaps we'll see failure rates in the 0.0 somethings when we look back at 2024. From a mechanical point of view then, this car has so far for me been utterly flawless, something no other vehicle I've ever owned has managed to achieve, let alone over a 5-year period. I think it's taken folks a while to warm to the stylings of having no wide open mouth of a grille up front. Having our British number plates does spoil the aerodynamics somewhat, but it does at least break it up, I suppose. Thankfully Tesla dropped the fake grille idea on its early Model S as soon as possible, and it's baffling to me as to why car companies are still adding blobs of plastic to the front of them. There is, after all, no need for one, as you don't need to cool a massive metal lump of petrol-burning madness. Build quality for me has not been an issue either. I have 0 internal rattles, nothing's fell off, and body panels are, well, straight enough, apart from this one. All part of its character, hey, but nowadays Tesla's build quality is right up there with the best in the business. Given that this was the slowest Tesla of all time when I bought it, with a 0 to 60 of just 5.3 seconds, I can safely say I've enjoyed the driving experience like nothing else. From childishly blasting off like a silent electric rocket at traffic lights to racing around the roads of Scotland with my mates, this 321 horsepower silent but violent thrust machine has been such a fun car to drive and live with over the years. Driving dynamics, ride comfort and noise levels have all been improved on newer variations, but that's not to say this suffers any serious compromises. Again, compared to any of my previous cars, the Model 3 is far more comfortable and quiet, with about another 100 brilliant benefits. Let's talk space, but not that one. The more boring space. Now, a saloon or sedan for my worldly audience wouldn't have been my first choice. If you want to buy a new fridge freezer, it ain't going to fit. But of course, in today's world, everything can be ordered online and delivered to your door, so it's no bother at all. Put it this way, in 5 years, a saloon has never been an issue, apart from when we sleep in it. The Model Y would definitely be better for camping in when compared to this, as the Model Y is a hatchback. Plus, these Model 3 rear seats don't fold flat. Or do they? And now we have an entirely flat section. I thank you. And I've just found out if you remove that back bench, you get the most amazing spaceship sound from your Tesla. Listen to this. That's fantastic. Love it. Well, that was easy. Who knew that was possible? Comment below. The crossbar still limits leg space if you fling them around during the night, but with a stable temperature set, a comfortable mattress of sorts, Netflix and YouTube at the ready, and a USB kettle for a cup of tea in the morning and perhaps a nearby tree, what more do you need for camping? If you've got a Tesla, I urge you, give it a go one night. It's a lot of fun. As far as luggage space goes, the boot is cavernous with this extra luggage compartment underneath, plus the frunk, of course. We do have roof bars and a roof box for taking extras on holiday, but we've barely used them, to be honest. 5 years as our only family car, this has been fantastic, no problem at all. Here are my running costs in brief. 2023 car insurance was £570, even less for the years preceding it. Road tax has been 0 so far, but I will be paying it as of next year. Maintenance, £248 for replacing the air filter, brake check maintenance and lubrication, and a tyre rotation. None of which particularly needed doing, just peace of mind stuff that I chose to have done. I also replaced the tyres in 2021, way too soon and unnecessary in hindsight, but it cost £538 for all 4 tyres. Here's the most amazing stat though, fuel costs. Charging predominantly from home on a super cheap overnight tariff has over the past year cost just £396. Which would have been £1,907 if paying for an average family car. Compare that to my slower, thirstier old Mini Cooper S, and that would have drank around £3,000 a year. Taking all savings into account, it is roughly a tenth of the cost to run our Tesla Model 3. Plus, I haven't burnt any money on petrol in 5 years. That's nice. Some people are genuinely outraged by the lack of interior buttons, but for me it's a perfect blend of uncluttered minimalist perfection. It's my comfortable, happy place, not only in terms of driving pleasure, but I often sit here whilst my kids are off doing activities and write video scripts, watch YouTube, listen to music, all in the comfort of air conditioning or heating without exhaust emissions filling the lungs of passers-by. Even this cheaper variant of the Model 3 has the most incredible sound system. The immersive sound and perfectly placed speakers are just a joy to listen to. And this Standard Range Plus doesn't even have a subwoofer. The long range and performance models all do and provide nothing short of sublime audio. I also pay £10 a month for premium connectivity, which gives me live Sentry mode from my Tesla app, satellite maps on screen with live traffic visualizations, video and music streaming, internet browser, karaoke and all sorts. Certainly worth the extra money in my opinion, just for the live traffic data when it reroutes you around traffic jams. Marvellous. Let's talk about cameras. If you agree to use autopilot, you also agree to the terms and conditions which include the use of this little internal camera to keep track of your eyes whilst using autopilot. Seems a bit creepy, but this of course is the only solution to ensure drivers are paying sufficient attention whilst driving on autopilot. If you take your eyes off the road for more than 2 seconds, you get a harsh warning sound. Do it too many times and it locks you out of autopilot for the rest of your journey. Receive 5 strikes, which can only be achieved by, let's face it, dangerous, distracted mobile phone using morons, and you'll lose access to autopilot for a week. I don't know why they didn't choose 2 weeks, that would have been more appropriate, wouldn't it? Many cars these days have an internal camera to ensure driver attention, but who knows what sort of access or data collection is gathered from other car manufacturers? I'm looking at you, China. But knowing Tesla and Elon Musk's dedication to privacy, I trust Tesla. A quick look at the owner's manual and it states, cabin camera does not perform facial recognition or any other method of identity verification. To protect your privacy, cabin camera data is not associated with your vehicle identification number, so you are essentially anonymous to Tesla. Good. Let me highlight some negatives then. Nagging. Nag, 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 nag. Alright, it's not that bad, but occasionally oversensitivity to things like lane departure, especially on some of our tiny country roads, is a bit annoying at times. You can disable this active safety feature at the beginning of each journey, but of course, a brief alert is perhaps a small price to pay for the one time you might actually need it. Okay, I'll be honest, I'm clutching at straws for things I don't like. I guess a negative might be that the boot is manually operated, but on the plus side you can open and close it quicker whilst keeping an eye on kiddies' fingers that might be lurking around it. Plus it opens far higher than automatic ones, getting it well clear of one's lack of hair-cushioned head. But many issues have long been solved thanks to the 2021 Model 3 refresh that resolved many early issues. Automatic opening and closing trunk/boot, centre console redesign to get rid of that piano black for good, wireless charging pads, heat pump system to allow for better winter range and improved efficiency all round, new aero wheels and covers, chrome delete gave way to this matte black finish, double pane glass on the front windows which helps soundproofing. And I won't go into it here, but there's a massive list of upgrades for the new style Tesla Model 3 codename Highland, which it isn't called Highland, but everyone knows it's a Highland. Feel free to check out my videos on that later on. But if buying new, here's some sneaky things that Tesla have taken away. If you want one of these nice armrest storage bins, you've now got to pay for one. Bit rude. Something else that my aging Model 3 has that is no longer built into new versions is the passenger lumbar support. Elon posted on X back in 2021, moving lumbar was removed only in front passenger seat of 3 and Y. Logs showed almost no usage. Not worth cost, mass for everyone when almost never used. Fair enough then, anything that lowers the cost of manufacturing should eventually find its way down to the purchase price, which is already remarkably good value in my opinion, let alone a second-hand one when you can pick up for less than £14,000 at the moment. That's amazing value, what a bargain! In a nutshell, we've become so accustomed to the useful software features, the games, the theatre, the app, and all the fun tech that make Teslas so unique and characterful. Defrosting or cooling the car from the app is just wonderful. It's cured my wife's driving anxiety thanks to removing the unnecessary complexities of driving. It's saved us an enormous amount of money in running and maintenance costs compared to our old car. It's given our family more thrills and joy than any car we've had before it, let alone peace of mind for being one of the safest cars ever tested. And thanks to a stream of over-the-air software updates, it's a far better car today than it was when we picked it up. How often can you say that about a product, let alone a car? If you want to know even more about our Tesla experience, click this next, and there's a ton of other fun Tesla-centric content just waiting for you over on my channel. I'm Will, this is the Tesla Jigsaw. Thank you Patreons and thank you for watching. Bye for now.